Today I'll be showing you how to make this crochet bumblebee. Now to make this cute little bee, you will be needing chenille yarn or blanket yarn in 3 different colors, a 6mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, 15mm safety eyes, stitch marker and needle. Let's start. I'm using red as my first color. Now make a slip knot, insert your hook into the knot and chain 2. Now in the second chain from the hook, you need to make 8 single crochets. Instead of this chain 2 method, you can also follow magic ring. You have to put 8 single crochets into the magic ring. Now I find this method more convenient when working with chenille yarn. You can follow any of the two. Once you've done your 8 single crochets, pull the little tail in the center tightly to close any gap. Now for the next round, the pattern you have to follow is 1 single crochet in the first stitch and an increase in the second stitch. You have to repeat this 4 times to get 12 stitches at the end of round 2. So 1 single crochet in the first stitch and an increase in the second stitch. Repeat this pattern 3 more times to finish round 2. Now for round 3, you have to repeat the same pattern as earlier. 1 single crochet in the first stitch and an increase in the second stitch. Now repeat this pattern 5 more times, that is a total of 6 times. To complete round 3, you will have 18 stitches at the end of round 3. Now for round 4, the pattern to be followed is 1 single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches and then an increase in the third stitch. So single crochet in the first 2 stitches and an increase in the third stitch. Now repeat this 5 more times to complete round 4. At the end of round 4, you will have 24 stitches. Now for round 5, the pattern to be followed is 1 single crochet in each of the first 3 stitches and then an increase in the 4th stitch. So 1, 2, and 3, and then an increase in the 4th stitch. Now repeat this pattern 5 more times to get 30 stitches at the end of round 5. Now for round 6, the pattern to be followed is 1 single crochet in each of the first 4 stitches and an increase in the 5th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, increase in the fifth one. Now repeat this pattern 5 more times to complete round 6. You will have a total of 36 stitches at the end of round 6. So we have completed 6 rounds. Now for the next 3 rounds, that is rounds 7, 8 and 9, you have to single crochet in all the stitches. So in each of the 3 rounds, you will be having 36 stitches in total. So I will meet you back after completing rounds 7, 8 and 9. At the end of round 9, you have to make a color change. I am making the color change in the last stitch of round 9. So insert your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop and grab your second color and pull through both the loops. I am using light pink as my second color. Secure the tail of the second color. Now I am not cutting the first color because anyway we are going to make a few more color changes, so I am going to leave it as it is. Now for the next 3 rounds, that is rounds 10, 11 and 12, you have to follow the same pattern. That is 1 single crochet in all of the stitches. So you will have a total of 36 stitches in each of the 3 rounds. So I will meet you back at the end of round 12. Now once again at the end of round 12, you have to change your color back to the first color. So I am changing my color back to red. Now before proceeding any further, let us fix the eyes and do the face details. Now the placement of the eye is according to your choice. I am placing the eyes between rows 6 and 7. Now let us embroider some blush to the face. I am using light pink yarn for this. Thread your needle and embroider the blush just below the eyes. Repeat the same on the other side as well. Now let us continue our pattern. For the next 2 rounds, that is rounds 13 and 14, you need to do single crochets all the way around. That is, each round will have 36 single crochets. I will meet you back at the end of round 14. At the end of round 14, once again, we will be changing the color to the second color. That is, in my case, I will be changing to light pink. So we have completed round 14. Now for the next 3 rounds, that is rounds 15, 16 and 17, you have to repeat the same pattern. that is 1 single crochet in all the stitches. So in each of the 3 rounds you will be having 36 stitches in total. Again, at the end of round 17, you have to change color back to the first color. So in my case, I will be changing back to red. So I will meet you at the end of round 17. For round 19, the pattern to be followed is 1 single crochet in each of the first 4 stitches followed by an invisible decrease. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And for the invisible decrease, you have to insert your hook into the front loops of both 5th and the 6th stitch and pull through both the front loops. Now you will have 2 loops on your hook, pull through both the loops. Now repeat this pattern 5 more times to complete round 19. You will have 30 stitches at the end of round 19. Now for round 20, the pattern to be followed is 1 single crochet in each of the first 3 stitches followed by an invisible decrease. So 1, 2, 3, and for the invisible decrease, insert your hook into the front loops of the 4th and the 5th stitch. Pull through both the front loops. Now you will have 2 loops on your hook, pull through both the loops. Now repeat this 5 more times to complete round 20. You will have 24 stitches at the end of round 20. Next for round 21, the pattern to be followed is 1 single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches followed by an invisible decrease. You have to repeat this pattern again for 5 more times to complete round 21. You will have a total of 18 stitches at the end of round 21. Now after completing round 21, you can start stuffing your bee with fiber fill. Next for round 22, the pattern to be followed is 1 single crochet in the first stitch followed by an invisible decrease. So 1, and for the invisible decrease, insert your hook into the front loops of the 2nd and the 3rd stitch. Pull through both the front loops. You will have 2 loops on your hook and pull through both the loops. Now repeat this 5 more times to complete round 22. You will have a total of 12 stitches at the end of round 22. Next, for round 23, the last round for the main body, you have to do invisible decrease all the way around. So insert your hook into the front loops of the 1st and the 2nd stitch, pull through both the front loops and then pull through both the loops on the hook. Repeat this 5 more times to complete this round. You will have 6 stitches at the end of the round. So once you have completed the stitches, you can cut the yarn by leaving a long tail for sewing and fasten off. Make sure your bee is stuffed firmly. Now thread your needle, and to finish off the bee, you have to weave in through the front loops of all the 6 stitches and then pull tight to close. Now pull the tail to close the gap. Now just weave in the tail randomly throughout the body and then hide the tail end in the body. So the main body of our bumblebee is finished. Just give it a little squish to get the shape correctly. Now let us proceed to make the wings of the bee. Now take the white yarn or any other color that you have chosen. Make a slip knot and then chain 2. Now you need to make 8 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. Now as I said earlier, you can also follow the magic ring method instead of this. So once you have completed the 8 single crochets, pull the little tail in the center to close the gap. Now for round 2, the pattern you have to follow is 1 single crochet in the first stitch and an increase in the second stitch. So 1, and an increase in the second stitch. Now repeat this pattern, and then at the end of round 2 you will have 12 stitches. For round 3, the pattern to be followed is one single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches, followed by an increase in the third stitch. So 1, 2, and then an increase in the third stitch. Now repeat this pattern, and at the end of round 3 you will have a total of 16 stitches. So at the end of round 3, make a slip stitch into the first stitch and then leave a tail for sewing, cut the yarn and fasten off. Make another wing in the similar manner. Now you can attach both the wings to the bee. The placement of the wings is again your choice. The bee is now complete. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up to the video. See you all soon in the next video. Bye bye.